Alright guys, so today I'm gonna be, I know I cut the video a little bit short, but I just wanted to show you guys what parts I have been gathering up for my build basically. You guys have all known that I've had my Z31 for probably about a year now, and I've just been slowly gathering parts / just making this work. So like I said, this is my first time ever owning a Z31 chassis, or really ever like working on one. So all this stuff is still new to me, and I want to be here to help you guys basically. If you're new to the Z31 community, I want to be sure that I can give you guys a decent guide on how to buy parts, get parts, or even just in general relocate parts. The top numbers or top things that I use in my search bar or search whatever to get my parts is VG30E, VG30ET, Z31, Infinity M30. Let's see what else has that motor. You know, you just find like different vehicles, different parts, different things that'll basically work for your vehicle. That's the easiest way to go about it personally, and that's how I did it. I just kept googling like VG30E, Infinity M30, Nissan 300ZX. You have to read this cart. You have to read articles. You have to read paragraphs. You have to read everything just to get to what you need. But that's why I'm here. I want to do all that stuff for you guys so that you don't have to, or at least you guys can follow my footsteps and fail with me, or you know how it goes. Okay, so going back to it, the very first thing I thought of when I was buying my car was like, man, I'm probably gonna need a clutch, because I don't know, who knows that clutch is probably gone out or something. Anywho, so I'm not gonna lie, I cheaped out. I went with eBay. I got an eBay Max clutch. Here's the fiber disc. The fiber disc is actually not too shabby. I haven't opened it up yet, but I will when the time comes. So there's that. So Max, or it was Action Clutch or Max Clutch or something like that from eBay. Personally, I'll be honest, I went eBay. I did a lot of eBay. I don't recommend eBay all that much, but some of their stuff has been getting better. This right here, I lifted my back, don't do that folks, is going to be my pressure plate. I went with the Stage 2 from Action Clutch for the VG30E on a naturally aspirated 87 chassis. Oh yes, remember that your year is also going to be the year you want to search for parts for. Some vehicles, let's see, 87 and then 88 and 89, those are funny years. Here we go. This one is my flywheel. This is a brand new flywheel I picked up, so I'll have a good adhesion surface, or a surface for the clutch fibers to grab onto, so that'll be nice. Dope. Oh yeah, and another thing too. So I also was having problems with trying to find basically like a good clutch fork. Apparently the 350Z has a clutch fork that you can purchase and buy. So this right here, this is a 350Z clutch fork. One thing I do need to buy though, when you guys buy one, you gotta buy the little clip that goes inside right here, and also the throwout bearing clip as well too. The throwout bearing clip from the Z31 stock transmission that you'll get, whether if it's an FS5 W71C, FS5R 90A, or going back to it, I know I messed up. Okay, so the three transmissions are FS5R 30A, FS5R 90A, and FS5W71C. So remember which transmission you have. Out of those three, the FS5R 90A is supposedly a T5 Borg-Warner transmission. I don't know. If you guys think that's wrong, go ahead and correct me in the comments. Go for it, bash me, whatever. But in all honesty, that transmission is like the weakest one because it just breaks. I have one, and I have third and fourth gear currently missing, and I can attest to that. Anywho, going back to it, an 87 chassis is an FS5. So my transmission is actually an FS5W71C. It's not the strongest, nor is it the weakest. It's like right perfect in the middle. It's basically the same transmission as a 240SX, so it's kind of nice, but I do want to upgrade it eventually to an FS5R38. That's the transmission from a Z32, and also the nice turbo models of the 88 and 89 years. Yeah, okay, so going back to it, sorry I keep going off on my parts and crap. The next thing I decided to pick up was the timing belt. The timing belt timing belts are known to go out and are notorious to go out on these VG30 motors. The reason for that is because they get hard and brittle. So, if you look, this is a brand new one. This is an eBay one, or Amazon, it's DNJ. I'm probably going to change it in all honesty because I feel it and I just don't like how flimsy it is personally. So this is an OEM Nissan one. It's a used one, so it's going to be a little hard. This is clear. It's a little bit of a harder rubber, a little bit better made, and also too, it gives you timing belt marks so that you know where to put your timing at. Because all 3 points, front, bottom, or left, right, and the very bottom also. So I would much recommend for sure getting OEM or maybe something else that's a little better than OEM. I wouldn't recommend getting the eBay one. So going back to it, next thing I thought of was motor mounts. I gotta have motor mounts. If I want to drift my car, I gotta have a stiffer mounting surface than the crappy Earl ones that I had. So, oh yeah, FYI, I'm selling stickers. They are iconic. So if you want one, hit me up. I'll put my Instagram in the link below. So these are Black Path Racing Z32 motor mounts. Z32 motor mounts will also work for Z31s as well. I also got a cute little jet tag with it, which is pretty dope. But yeah, so Black Path Z32 motor mounts. And then here's a water pump that I got. This is a DNJ brand too. I heard these are actually not too shabby. They work really good. So I'm gonna run it. And I also got a tensioner with it too, a timing belt tensioner, and some hardware and some gaskets. The next big thing that I went with was head gaskets. Head gaskets, you want to make sure that you have. Always try to get multi-layer steel if you're going to be running boost. If it's naturally aspirated, any type of graphite will work, no problem. Graphite, head gaskets, any head gasket from O'Reilly, which should work fine. But I went to rockauto.com and I scored some Apex multi-layer steel head gaskets. So that's what I'll be running. Personally, I tried to look up reviews. I couldn't find a whole lot about them, but I'll be the first one to run them. So YOLO swag. It says Felpro at top, so they might be Felpro. I have no idea, but I guess we'll see. So after that, I got me some exhaust manifolds. Exhaust manifold gaskets, because you can't do without those. You gotta have your boost and everything sealed up and your exhaust. Ugh, excuse me. Okay, my engine bearings I decided to go with. I went with ACL. ACL has a really good brand behind them. They're really known in Australia. And for the VG30 motors, these bearings, okay, I don't know if these are the right ones. I think these are kind of like a little better than OEM, but I don't know. I'm gonna run them, YOLO swag. I have them in my hands. But yeah, so I heard ACL is really good for VG30 motors, and so that's why I went with them. I read that in a bunch of reviews and also a bunch of forums. So, like I said, you gotta read. Okay, so these are your OEM Nissan piston rings. I went OEM because I couldn't find any other piston rings that were manufactured by anybody else. So OEM for sure. If you guys want the part number, here's the part number for you guys. I hope you can see it. Okay, engine bearings. Hope you guys can see it. Okay. And then I went with King connecting rod bearings. King is really good for Z32s, and I figured I might as well get it for the Z31. Supposedly, okay, don't quote me this 100%. Supposedly Z32 engine bearings and rod bearings can be used for the Z31. 100% read up on that before you take my word and my quote. But yes, that's what I hear. I don't know if it's 100% true, but yeah. Okay, I talked about everything, and this is probably the last thing. So my biggest thing that I want to get for this motor, well, the two biggest things, I want to get NIS tune for my ECU so that I can be able to basically tune my motor however I want to. NIS tune is pretty known in Utah because a bunch of S13s, 240s, you name it, have NIS tune on their vehicles. So a lot of our tuners are pretty familiar with it. So I want to go with NIS tune because it's the cheaper route than buying a whole new ECU like Mega Squirt or a Link. I don't know if Link makes one for VG30, but I know Mega Squirt does. Yeah. Well, the biggest thing why I'm talking about that is because I got this big boy. So, I'm sure you guys all know who Max Speeding Rods is. Yeah, I pulled the trigger on one of these turbos. I went with eBay Garrett GT35 82. Whoops, I broke the box. So here we go. So this is going to be a pretty big, massive boy compared to the stock T3 turbo that is ran on the Z31 originally. I don't want to drop this baby. Oh man, you have no idea how fucking excited I am for this. Holy goodness gracious. So it's a GT35. It is going to have to be clocked. This turbo will have to be clocked in a different spot. I'll do that eventually. But as you can see, it's pretty good for what I have. It spins really nice and free. No shaft play at all whatsoever. It feels really good and solid. And you know, I'm excited to give you guys a nice review on this nice vineyard GT35P. So definitely stay tuned for that. We're gonna go ham this year. I guarantee it. I've been telling, I'll be honest, for the past 3 years, for you OG subscribers, you guys know how much I love turbos and how long I've been wanting a turbo. So I know you guys know that this is my fucking Super Bowl right now. Sorry for my language, I'm just excited as hell. Woo! Okay, so I think that is everything that I wanted to talk about today on my channel. So again, I am Zach. I am 21 years old. I am old Navajo, which is one of the coolest things in the world. I love vehicles. My love and heart is all for Japanese vehicles. And you know what? It took me a while to get back to this point, but now I want to be able to be that guy that just shows you guys that Z31s need love. Z31s don't get the hype that they need. They are an amazing car, and I'm here to show you guys that. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff. And, you know, I'll see you guys in the next one. And just like TJ Hunt says, and I need to start saying this more often to myself too, no matter what happens, no matter what is going on in your life, 110% keep moving forward. All right, have a good one, guys.